loves, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows. These are eyebrows that are carved out, they're fleeky, they're snatched. These are not natural eyebrows, at least I don't think so. So anyway, I really hope you all enjoy this video. If you do, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. So let's get started. Alright loves, so the first step is going to be grooming. I groom my eyebrows myself. I just feel like I don't have a whole lot of hair, so it's pretty easy for me to do. So what I'm going to do is take a spoolie and I'm just going to brush through the hairs. And the thing about my brows is that they don't have much of an arch to them. They kind of sort of grow downwards, which is why I end up usually tweezing this sort of end area away. So that's what we're going to be doing today before we actually start with the eyebrow routine. I think that cleaning up your brows is really important. You can sort of cheat it, you know, with some concealer when you clean it up, but I just feel like it looks a lot sharper and cleaner. So I'm just going to go in with the tweezers and clean up the brows first. And brush away the hair so you can really see what you're doing. So I want to keep this tutorial kind of affordable. I do think the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade is pretty affordable and it's going to last you a long time. But instead of using that, today we're going to use the e.l.f. Brow Pomade. It's called the Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream. And I'm going to be using the color Espresso. So what we're going to take is an angle brush. I feel like the thinner the better because you can really make sort of hair-like strokes. So this is what this angle brush looks like. And between steps, I'll just take it and sort of make it even thinner between my fingers. So we're just going to dip it into the brow pomade. And what I'm going to do now is outline my brows. So I'm going to start a little bit behind at the front of my brows, and I'm going to draw sort of a diagonal line from here to where my brows sort of stop. Take your time because the straighter you get this line now, the easier it's going to be for you to clean up your brows. And I'm going to do the top of my brows. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just taking a diagonal line. And then I'm going to take the brush with the pomade and I'm just going to sort of do small hair-like strokes with the brush and fill in the brows. And I'm not touching the front of my brows just yet. I'm just working on the middle part, small hair-like strokes, and filling in the brows. And I'm going to brush the hairs down very lightly, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in anywhere that I see gaps. Now we're going to move on to our tail. We're going to take that brow pomade on our angle brush, and I'm going to start by drawing out sort of the top of my brows. And then we're going to do the bottom and we're just going to connect it. We're going to fill this in with our pomade. Aside from putting a little bit more product around my tail, I'm actually going to go in with a black gel liner, and I'm going to use that black color to fill in my tail. So now I'm going to do the front of my brows, and I'm going to take that angle brush and dip it in the brow pomade, the e.l.f. one in Espresso. And what we're going to do is create little hair-like strokes in the front of our brows. So we're going to flick those hairs upward very lightly. This is what's going to give us that sort of faded ombre brow look. Now I'm going to draw a line underneath. And I'm going to draw a line on top as well. And then we're going to take our spoolie and we're just going to brush through the hairs, brushing everything together. This is also a good way to take away product if you feel like you've applied too much pomade or your brows are too dark or something like that. You can just go ahead and brush through and it'll fade it out a little bit. And now the last step is to clean up our brows. I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn and another flat brush, and I'm going to clean up underneath my brows using the concealer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that concealer on the back of the brush, and starting in the middle of the brow, I'm just going to sort of outline my brow using the concealer. You want to start in the middle of the brow because you want the least amount of product along your tail and along the front of your brows. I like to use a light concealer because I do like for my brows to look a little highlighted, but if you're not into that look, you can definitely go in with your regular foundation instead of a concealer. And then just blend that concealer out by dragging it down. Now you can go in and clean up the top of your brows if you want. I like to use my foundation to do that, or sort of a dark concealer. But since the brows are pretty clean up there, you don't want them to look too sharp. You kind of want to go fleeky Instagram brows that are kind of natural looking. I would not recommend doing that, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you how to do that. And I'm just taking my foundation. This is the Milani Concealer and Perfect Foundation that I used on my face today. On that angle brush, always start in the middle of the brow. And that's it. Just drag it along the tops of the brows. It'll make it appear sharper, and you can also use it to make it smaller if that's what you're into. And just blend it out upwards. I'm going to do the other brow off camera, and I'm going to come back so you can see what they look like together. So both brows are complete. Keep in mind that your brows don't have to be identical on each side. Brows are sisters, not twins. So if for one reason one brow doesn't look the exact same as the other, that's perfectly fine. You kind of want to get them close, but again, they don't have to be perfect. Brows are one of those things that just take time. It takes time to figure out what shape you like the best, and it takes time to actually sort of carve them out. Sometimes my brows could take me 30 minutes, sometimes they take me 10 minutes. It really just depends, you know what I mean? Alright loves, I went ahead and completed the rest of my face off camera. I really hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have an amazing day.